Welcome for the today session of human resource management. Today again we are going to continue with the remaining portion of the course policy of human resource management. Today we would be here with the very important and significant topic of human resource management. Hope all of you are feeling fine and safe. As we discussed in our previous class about the career development or career planning, so today we would be talking about the staffing. If you do remember, we divided the functions of management into two parts. The first functions of HRM is going to be concerned with the managerial, and the second one is that operation function of the human resource management. Under the the managerial functions, one of the managerial function is staffing. Staffing is basically one of the managerial function of human resource management. So let's see what do we have under this. In order to define and clarify the group of employees included in the staffing concepts, it must be stated that the staffing function is concerned with the placement, growth and development of all of those members of the organization, those whose function is to get things done through one effort of their individuals. So basically within the each and every department of business organizations, there is proper connectivity, proper cooperations and proper integrations. Cooperations and working together is also one of the aspects of the staffing, that staffs or how they are going to work together with each others within the department or at the different departments. The function of staffing, here. So the function of staffing involve the managing is some grammatical mistakes over here in the slides. Managing the organizational structures through effective and proper selections, appraisal and development of personnel to fill the role designed into structures. This has been given by Coons and Donnell, who are the scientists of the human resource management. So basically, the staffing is something like here how we do have proper and best selections within the organizations, how we are going to improve the performance appraisal of the employees within the department or organizations, and how we are going to develop the available or existence staffs or personnel within the department or at the organizational levels. And basically staffing is concerned within the work of the employees, development of the employees, appraisal of the employees, selections, training and etc. So if you talk about the nature of staffing, staffing is an integral part of the human resource management. It facilitates procurement and placement of right people on the right jobs. So basically, if you concisely talk about the staffing, staffing is like, it is not an individual part of the organization. It is always integrated. It is included inside the all other aspects of the organizations. It's dealing with the different human resource who are working at the different department, and it facilitates that basically how we are going to find it out the right person for the right job. Selection is itself is one of the some things which help or coordinate or assess the staffing of the organizations. Once we are talking about the staffing, it means that the right persons should be assigned right job. So under the nature, we are going to talk that once we are talking about the nature, it means that people oriented or people centers. Staffing is something which talk about the employees. We talk about the staffs of the organization at three levels: top level, low level and middle level of the organizations. So staffing is something which deals with the people within the organization, means that employees and staffs. It's deal with the people centers. It means that it's moving or it's talking about the people rather than other things. The broad classification of the personnel might be as follows. So if once we talk about the personnel, personnel of the organizations, it's going to be categorized into three levels, so three way. The first one is blue collar workers. It is also one of the theories that means the blue collar workers. So we'll be talking about the blue collar workers. What do you mean by this type of theory of human resource management? The second thing is managerial and non-managerial personnel. This means that some of the employees are dedicated toward the managing tasks within the organizations, and some of the personnel will be dedicated toward the non-managerial aspects of the organizations. And the last one is professionalism. It deals with the professionalism, how to be academic, how we are going to maintain disciplines, how we are going to maintain academacy within the work environment or within the particular department. And the second one is under the nature, that is responsibility of the every manager. Staffing is basically the task or the duty of each and every manager that to maintain among the work environment, among the department. He or she must be trying that how to deal with the systematic recruitment, selections, trainings, and appraisal of the subordinates. Obviously, within each and every organization, the manager would be carrying 3 to 4 or 5 to 10, respectively. It depends on the nature of the organization's subordinates, right? So the manager is responsible how to deal and how to work with the subordinates, with the employees who are working under the manager authority. The third one is human skills. Once we talk about the staffing, it's related to the human skills. Excuse me. It depends on the human skills, how he or she is going to perform. Excuse me. He or she is going to perform the task or work within the organizations. Staffing function is concerned with the trainings and development of human resource. Every manager should use human relation skills in providing guidance and training to the subordinates. And basically, once we talk about the human skills must be developed. The capacity of the employees must be developed with the help of trainings. If the employees are not capable to do some tasks, the organization must be providing what training to the employees either at national level or international level in order to improve the capacity of the employees within the organizations for the purpose of having effectiveness and efficiency from their work. Once there is effectiveness and efficiency in the work of employees, it means that the goal or objectives of the organization have been achieved. The fourth thing is continuous function. So staffing is not something constant. It is going to be dynamic. It's going to be repetitive at each and every time. If we talk about the recruitment and selection and training of the personnel or employees within the organization, it's not going to be happen for one day or for 1 month or for 1 year. It should be done or happen regularly with respect to the organization's requirements. So staffing is basically not something constant. It is continuous functions. It must be performed every time when it is needed. So apart from understanding the natures, let's talk about the importances of the staffing. It is most important for the organization that right kind of people are employed. So basically, we are not here to select wrong people for the wrong job, because there is no effectiveness and efficiency to the organizations. When there is no effectiveness and efficiency, it means that the objectives of the or the goal of the organization is not going to be achieved. So the main the motive behind each and everything of the business organization is that how we are going to achieve the object or the goal of the organization. So basically, staffing is very important and very significant to each and every business organizations, particularly in the HR department. They should be given adequate training so that wastage is minimum. Wastage is minimum means that each and every manager must be working that at least to minimize the area of problems, at least to minimize the the area of wastage. So with the help of staffing, we are here to prevent the wastage of employees, the wastage of tasks to be assigned to the employees. So they must also be induced to show higher productivity and quality by the offering them incentives. As I said before, that the assurance, the motive of each and every business organization is to have higher productivity and best quality of the products or service. So for this purpose, staffing is very important to be maintained by the manager of the each and every organization. So under the importances, the first importance is that efficient performance of the other functions. In order to have efficiency in our work, in our task or an assignment within the business organizations or within the companies. So here we do require staffing. So staffing is the key to the efficient performance of the other functions of the management. Other functions of the management means that rather than the HR departments, you can talk about the finance, and you can talk about the marketings, and you can talk about the procurement, etc. Department or functions of the management. So for the purpose of having better efficiency from the employees within the work environment, we do require staffing. So it can perform planning, organizing, and function control function properly. So once staffing function is weak, it means that there is weaknesses in the area of planning, in the area of organizing, and in the area of controlling of the particular task within the organization. The second thing is that the second importance of the staffing is that effective use of technology and other resources. Students, when there is staffing within the organizations, so it helps to be effective related to the technology. See nowadays the upgradation and updation in the technology, recent changes toward the technology. So each and every technology must be used, or the latest technology must be used. The latest systems and materials and computerized system must be used during the management. It is also shows that there is efficiency or effectiveness in the what management process. So the second importance of the staffing is that it helps that to be effective during the usage of technology or the latest technology or other resources. The third thing is optimum utilization of your human resources. Dear students, optimum means that the best way of using resources, the maximum way of using resources. So once staffing is going to be maintained, it's mean that at each and every corner there should be optimum utilization of human resources. So if you do remember that we say that cost and benefits must be matching with each other. So that's why here if the organization is paying 30,000 rupees as a salary, so the organization would be utilizing you based on that. This means that up to optimum or maximum using of the human resource within the organization with the help of the staffing. So finally, staffing is going to be very important with relate to the way of using maximum way of utilizing human resource within the organization. The fourth one is development of human capital. Dear students, as we say that the under the human resource, each and every human resource while recruiting to the organizations or after selections for the right job to the right person, excuse me, right person for the right job. So here they do require to be developed, they do require trainings, they do require their capacity to be developed. So the management is required to determine the manpower requirements well in advance. It has also to train and develop the existing personnel for career advancement. This will meet the requirement of the company in the future. The students, as I say, that each and every organization has goal behind each and every task. So for this purpose, the employees must be always trained. If there is existed employees or personnel, that must be trained. If the new employees, the new personnel or employees is coming to the organization, that must be also trained. Train is always helpful for the development of human capital. Human capital means that the knowledge, the skills, the capability, the competence which the employees has. The fifth importance is that motivation of human resources. The students, obviously each and every human basically needs encouragement, needs motivations in order to do that particular task. So staffing is always very important in order to motivate, in order to encourage the employees within the department for the purpose of having better, and efficient work from the employees. So the motivation could be done in a different ways: the financial way of motivations and the non-financial way of motivation. The financial way of motivation means that through the help of salary, through the help of extra bonus, through the help of other things, we can motivate our employees in order to have better efficiency and effectiveness. Once we talk about the non-financial, non-financial motivations or incentives, that is called as a extra pay, excuse me, as a off or holiday, providing certificates and providing other conferences to the employees. So with the help of these things, we can motivate our employees The motivation of the employees is also one of the important aspects of the staffing. The next importance of the staffing is that building higher moral in order to create confidence, in order to provide or maintain confidence and morale among the employees, we do require the best way of staffing. The assurance a manager who has the staffing capability, so that manager is always successful because the employees are working together, they are cooperating with each other, there is very cool environment of working, there is very friendly environment of working. So basically there would be the effectiveness and efficiency of the work. So for this purpose, so the manager must be always creating moral and confidence among the employees for the purpose of having effectiveness and efficiency of the work. So basically, apart from the understanding of the importances of the staffing, which is very important and crucial, and very significant topics of the or managerial function of the human resource management. So we are here to know that these essential steps involved in the process of staffing. Staffing has around 10 steps to be maintained within the organizations. Starting from the manpower planning, second one is recruitment, selections, placement, training, development, promotion, transfer, appraisal, and determination of the remuneration. Remuneration means that compensation. Compensation means that the way of paying salary or bonus to the employees. So basically, out of these all 10 steps which are involved for the process of staffing, we have already discussed few of them in our few regular classes. We talk about the selections, the giving right person for the right job, and placing. After the selecting, the employees must be placed within a specific department as the specific positions. Training is required for the purpose of improving that. We will be just covering this training portion in our next classes. And then development, at least we talk about the development, is mean the training and development. Promotion is we have already talked about that. Transfers, which are the, the two internal methods of recruitment. Appraisal means that performance appraisal of the employees at the annual base, and determination of the remuneration means that deciding or determining or talking about the compensation of the employees. So basically, we would be winding up the class today over here, and we will be continuing with the remaining of the portion of the course policy of human resource management in our next class. Thank you so much. God bless you. Take care.